Hello and welcome back to the channel. Okay, let's see, where do we last leave off here? We picked up the quest for Soul Taker. We're not going to go to Durlag's tower just yet. So, and we did rest, did we not?
I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Alright.
If you insist.
So we're going to come down here and we are going to talk to this guy in the building. This Fenris guy, I don't think he has much to say right now.
With you, beggar.
Pleasant day to you all. My name is Fenris of Bulan. I'm honored to have you speak with me. How may I be of assistance? I'm pleased to meet you. Have you gone on the tour of Durlag's tower? Indeed, I have. 'Twas a wonderful tour, although somewhat steep in price. Why do you ask? Perhaps you are entertaining thoughts of following in my footsteps. We just thought you might tide the time. We thought that you might tide the time to share some of your knowledge of the tower and the tour. The tale of that ill-fated tower is a fascinating one. Durlag Trollkiller, a great dwarven hero, built the tower. Over a long and successful career, Durlag amassed a great hoard of treasure. Rumors spoke of rooms full of gems and a great hall strewn with dusty heaps of coins. With the aid of hired dwarves, Durlag dug many chambers and passages in the tour and raised the lone tower above it, planning it as a seat where he could found a dwarven community and grow old in peace, surrounded by happiness, prosperous kin. Instead, doppelgangers, organized and aided by foul mind flayers, slew and imprisoned or impersonated Durlag's companions. After the shocked dwarf discovered the first impersonation, he was attacked by all others and spent a terror-filled 10-day frantically fighting through his own fortress, chased by monsters who wore familiar forms but sought his death. In the end, alone and victorious, he was powerless to stop the fleeing Illithids. Fearful they'd return, Durlag hired the finest craftfolk he could find and began to rebuild the tower and the tower beneath as an elaborate succession of traps, magical wards, secret passages, sliding prison chambers, and triggered weapons. For several centuries, things went on like this, and as the increasingly eccentric Durlag lived on fungi and, it is cruelly whispered, the bodies of intruders. At, at length he died, and presumably his bones still lie in some inner room guarded by thousands of deadly traps. After having seen the first few rooms of the tower myself, I could say that it would must be a dangerous as legendary portent. It is a fascinating place to visit, and I strongly recommend you take the tour. I must be off now. Farewell and enjoy the tour. Now,
Simple enough.
this isn't something we're gonna do now, but since we're here, we're gonna hit up the mayor of this town, and there's gonna be, I think, one person after we talk to Mendes here. Hello, friends. It is pleasure meeting you. You are heroes for Sword Coast. Long wait to meet you. I am Mendes of Waterdeep, quester of small truth in this land. That is, I am in need of a favor from you. I have money for pay and a big heart for friendship. Can you help a gentle fellow in search for knowledge? Well, knowledge is a worthy pursuit, my friend. I will help if I can. Tragic things are happening in this unfair, world. The men with power, they hurt the men with none. They destroy things that teach us a better life. I tell you true. It would be better if these men are not born. This Merchants League, these bad men, they find the island to the west. The island has a broken ship in shipwreck. Very old shipwreck, they say. Please go on. The Merchants League sailors see markings on the ship. The shipwreck is Hero, is Balderon's. These men, they think that Balderon had much treasure on his final voyage. Maybe this is true, but ship also has many artifacts. These things hold knowledge of Balderon's fate. I wish to recover the ship's logbook. I will solve the mystery of Balderon's final voyage. Merchants League would destroy my artifacts to get treasure. This must not happen. If you help me, I get things precious to me. You get treasure. Merchantmen get nothing. You will help, yes? Though foiling the plans of innocent merchants grates on my conscience, I will help you. I charter boat forthwith. There's a small problem though. These men that find island, they keep the sea charts locked up. In Baldur's Gate, there's a building in northeast of the city called Merchants League Counting House. To find it, just go northeast from Elf Song Tavern. The sea charts, they're in there. Most likely, captain of ship will have them. I don't know such things as chart retrieval, but you are a hero, and it is no problem for heroes. There might be small danger, so I give you some gold for the charts. I will wait for you here. How much gold are you speaking of? I could spare 2,000 gold pieces for the charts. You're going to have to try harder than that. Please, kind hero, I am not rich. I'm a poor scholar. It is all I have. I suppose it'll do. I'll go to the counting house and retrieve the sea charts. Please hurry, friends. I need charts soon. Merchants prepare ships as we speak. So this guy is clearly not from around here. His vernacular and the guy we're about to meet outside, his is even worse than Mendes's vernacular. Is so hard to read. I get what they're going for. I really do, but sweet Jesus. Like they had to try to put it to paper and very hard to read. So right here, I want to show you something. Detect evil. Old Mendes. He's evil. But that's out of character.
Very well.
And over here, we're going to talk to Callahan. Hello, mates. Callahan, I be. Scourge of the fish in seven seas. Ain't seen before. Be new ye be? I'm not. I'm just not. Um, Fairly, I'm here to meet a gentleman scholar by the name of Mendes. Mendes, eh? He's a grim sort. Ne'er a kind word or a how's your auntie? I assume that you know him. Perhaps you could share your perceptions of the fellow. I have known him for as long as he been in the beard, but I remember better with a little with a little gold in me palm. Will 20 gold suffice? I will. Mendes came to the beard this season past. Bottled Svensson's place he did. He claimed to be from Waterdeep, but I know fellers from the city. I but I known fellers from the city of Splinters, and they speak common tongue as good as I done. As well as I do, you mean? Nay, better. Wherever he's from, Mendes darn tell to mix us with common folk. He keeps to himself in the house for the most part. He leaves for a few days every month, is all. 'Tis all I be knowing. Thanks, my friend. You've been very helpful. May the fish always bite for you. 'Tis the least a lad could do. Good day to you. So Mendes, all things point to him not being what he
Very well.
tries to pass himself off to be. Based on what Callahan said, there's a bit of a mystery behind him, and when we detect evil, he is evil. But we'll come back to that because we do have to get to Baldur's Gate. I don't need to go all the way around. And we'll talk to this dwarf once we come back to do Durlag's tower. But for now, I mean, that's everything that we pretty much wanted to do. So we're off to the gate. And here we are.
Simple enough.
Now, we've already been through here a little bit. We've already. Yeah, we've already seen. We've already talked to Silence, the tavern, and the inn. Did we go in here?
Very well. Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm. If you insist.
Let's head down to the Elf Song Tavern.
What you want?
It will be done.
Hi, you be fighters and mages and monster killers all. God, this vernacular. We may not all be fighters, and we may not all be mages, but each of us has a monster's death throws to our name. Death throws to our name? Why do you ask? The roads be lined with bandits of every ilk and description, but the most fearsome be the monstrous hobgoblins. Do us all a favor and place a blade in their gut. That won't be a problem. Speaking of, let's take a look. Senyad is Thalic's most powerful kill. So during the game, Thalic has 602 kills. Kagan, 415. Viconia, 90. Emmeline, 187. Not bad, Emmeline. Considering, I mean, she's basically a mage. 66 for Edwin. And Mr. Bailoff, 115. Well done. So Wolf of Ulcaster is Bailoff's best skill. Devayorn. You got the killing blow in Devayorn. There you go. Edwin, doing your thing. Talon. Who the hell is Talon? Don't know that one. Don't know this one. Oh no. Yeah, this was the. That's the ogre mage. Viconia got the ogre mage. Well done, Andrus. That was mage, powerful mage. Insigniate. Okay.
Yes, it will be done.
This guy, I think he wants us to steal something.
Hello.
Might I have a bit of moment? Might I have but a moment of your time? Oh, it is exciting, isn't it? Oh wait, you wouldn't think so. You're probably used to it. Ah, yes. Well, you, how do I approach this? Are you for hire? I mean, I need a job done. Get my intent? A job done. Strictly hush us. I believe you would say. Speak your mind. I might know your meaning. I should like to procure your talents for a unique service, though it's not like you would have to do anything socially untoward. Well, perhaps a bit, though not much untoward as illegal. I'm listening, though my ears don't hear so good lately. Perhaps you should test them with the rattle of coins. Oh, of course. The bit of coin to jog your memory, just as I imagined. Oh, this is all just so naughty. Why do you have to say it like that? Here, mate. Here's 5 gold coin to get your attention. What's the score, my little friend? That's the spirit. Little larceny never hurt anyone. Well, it won't hurt me anyway. And to be fair, I would prefer if no one else suffered any injury during this exploit. I mean, I want you to steal something, but I want you to do it in a nice way as possible. It's a roguery on par with Danilo Than of Waterdeep, and I'll pay you well, 500 gold for one night's work. It's better than you could hope for in 1 year at the docks. You can stop trying to sell me. I'm interested. Just tell me what the actual job is and why you're willing to take such a risk. Oh, it's a marvelous trinket. A wondrously curious little toy from distant Lanton. What did they call it? Oh, yes, a telescope, of all things. It is a misleading name for an interestingly crafted artifact. Golden Extra Farseer would have suited its craftsmanship so much better. There's not another like it on this side of the trackless sea. Most gnomes have a fixation. Whoa, has a most gnomes have a fixation of sorts, but I don't share the love of gems that possess my kin. I prefer the feel of metal and its intricacies of the mechanical. Not that I necessarily understand the function, but it's not right for such an item to be locked away regardless. It was meant to be used and held by loving hands, and if those hands just happen to be mine, the more the better. The Tele thing is on display at the Hall of Wonders, and were it in the possession of anyone else, it might be purchasable. No doubt you know that the Hall of Wonders is an extension of the High House, the Temple of God. Being the god of art, artifice, and invention, his followers take to revering mechanical devices and will not part with an original at any price. It is not as though they make the proper use of such things, keeping them behind locked doors where loving hands cannot explore their subtleties. The telewazit was made to be used, not worshipped. It must be in the hands of someone who could truly appreciate it, not some immodest, but not to be immodest, but that someone is me. I suppose I might just buy a replica, but would you wish a copy of a diamond? It's just not the same. 500 for all that, eh? It's not a bad offer, though I think you could do better. It's a risky venture, I'll grant you that, but perhaps I could sweeten the prospect a little. I'll add a magical item for my personal collection, and it would be difficult to part with one of my treasures, but definitely worth it. Will that suffice? Certainly is a difficult task you set before me, you windy little man, but I'll accept the challenge. Wonderful. Oh, this is so bad of me. Well, I shall leave you your preparations. It'll certainly be a test of your mettle entering the hall. I imagine an experienced roustabout, such as yourself, will case the joint thoroughly, eh? Get the guards scheduled down and all that. Oh, and if I could be a part of it. Oh, if only I could be a part of it. It's thrilling. I like the songs of legend. I'll meet you back here once the burglary is announced. Ah, it's too much fun. What? That was longer than I thought it was going to be.
Fine.
Do a quick save here. I don't know if this
I've done had enough of this.
is stealing or not.
Hmm. If you insist.
This guy, I know we're gonna come back and there's gonna be something going on with this guy.
Hello, pal.
Can I help you, friend? If not, please don't hesitate to get out of my face. You're interrupting my fun. Sorry to disturb you, friend. I'll just be on my way. Don't get smacked, boy.
This way.
Not stealing. Excellent.
Hmm.
Lady Alyth? Elandra. Aelith? Elendara. Aelith Elendara. Good God, these names. I don't know if I'm just super bad at reading or they're just difficult.
Something you require?
Good evening, you. I am Aelith. I'm Aelith, the owner and proprietor. I trust Elf Song will fit your needs. Whatever they should be, I should be wary of the clientele if I were you. Everyone is quite on the edge of late. Why should melancholy be so pervasive here? Is there not an ill feeling throughout the coast? We've lost more than the average citizen. We have lost the lady. Often we are blessed by a strange Often we are blessed by a strange phantom voice. It is an elvish maiden lamenting a lost love drowned at sea. Her voice is quite beautiful, and the reason I purchased this establishment in the first place. She has not uttered a note for nigh unto several 10 day. Surely it is an omen of sorts, though I cannot say of what. I would have thought the economic troubles of the land too paltry to affect the concerns of the dead. The matters are often more complicated than they seem. I suppose they are often simpler as well, though the truth does not support my argument quite as well. Forget I mentioned it. Enjoy your stay. Um, nope. All she has is rumors.
Simple enough.
Do a quick save here. This is probably considered stealing.
I'm gone.
Yep.
Simple enough.
Merchant. What do you have?
I've got the best prices
You
this
know,
side of Cormier.
I literally just finished an entire playthrough of this on my iPad, like, as I mentioned several episodes ago. Not too long ago. I mean, it's probably been close to a week now, actually. But it makes me realize just how much of the content this game has that I've skipped just getting to the end. There's something about playing it for YouTube on a full playthrough that really just makes you have a lot of fun. Like, you just, yeah, anyway. Final of the, oh, we don't need it. He's just a merchant. What do you have to offer? Oh my god, you got some decent stuff. Can Emmeline steal from this guy? No. Jesus. Boy, we really spent a lot of money, didn't we? Okay, so he's got a Ring of the Princes. He has a Ring of the Princes. She's got a Protector necklace, as do you. You don't have one. You have a shield amulet. Baloth, you have a Ring of the Princes. So we could buy that.
Indeed.
So we'll buy the Protector. And we're going to give that to Kagan. Oh my god. That's right, he had a cloak. Okay.
Yes, it will be done.
Sorry for the save scums.
I've got the best prices this side of Cormier.
What is your... It will be done.
Damn it, I know I turned that volume down. It's a ruffian.
So I kicked him in the head till he was dead.
Oh, I really want to know what's in these.
gone.
Just some gold. Just some more gold. Oh, he's not even upset.
Very well.
He's not even upset.
If you insist. Simple enough.
You know, one thing I do like about the iPad is when you hit the reveal details button, it will show you what you can interact with on the screen. Like here, you could see the doors on these, but out in what was it, Baragost or Baragost, like there are doors that are hidden, like right here, for example. You can't, like, if you don't hover over that or you go too fast, you can't see it. So let's go in here.
I've done had enough of this.
Hello,
Fine.
Archeon.
Yeah, mate.
Go away. I have no need of folks like yourselves. You're probably Nymphir's dirty little agents anyhow. You tell her I'm on to her, and Archeon has plans. Okay.
You're this way.
I'm just really curious of what I can get away with and what I can't. I just took stuff right in front of him, and he didn't care.
I'm gone.
Hello, common woman. Are you really gonna follow me back here? Follow me back. You know, he didn't have a problem downstairs. This is so dumb. Just right in front of someone. Potion of insulation. Yeah, sure. Oh, nope. Someone noticed.
I'm gone.
Oh, save's coming for days like a scumbag.
This way.
I'm not going to constantly do this. I'm just in a mode of, yeah, screw it. All right. She didn't notice that time. That's so weird though, man. Like downstairs, I just took that guy's shield right in front of him. Now he's part of a quest. Oh my god, I just accidentally loaded like an idiot.
Had enough of this.
I just, whatever. Just a medium shield +1.
Yes. Very well. Very well.
Can't believe I just derp loaded. It's all right. Maltz. How are you, sir?
Welcome to my humble establishment.
Hello there, I'm Maltz. I know my place doesn't look much like a store, but I think it suits my purposes quite nicely. What is it you'd like to see? You're a merchant. I would like to see better stuff than this. Good God. You can't even identify what I need you to identify. Waltz, brother. What we have here is a failure to do business. You won't even buy my winter wolf pelts. All right.
This way.
We're just gonna. Yeah.
I serve the
I serve the flaming fist. We'll cleave your limbs, you law-abiding do-gooders.
I've done had enough of this. I'm gone.
I mean, look, if this makes sense that you can't really just go around stealing anything and everything, I get it. I get it.
If you insist.
Okay. Oh, it is marked as a weapon shop. Well then.
Simple enough.
This way.
Yes. Very well.
Hello, boy.
If you
Mother
insist.
said not to talk with
What are
strangers.
you doing to my mom's house? You should go. Yeah, you're definitely right. Hello, girl.
I want my mom.
Just because you're tough doesn't mean you're the boss of me. Get out.
I've done had enough of this. I'm gone.
Indeed. It will be done. Very well.
What's this? This I don't remember.
I've done had enough of this. This way. I want my mommy. This way. I've done had enough of this.
I'm more curious as to just what's in these.
I serve the flame.
Nope, get away, get away. So there's nothing.
Mutton mongering riffraff. This way.
Okay. All right. I was just wanting to see. So let's head down to the sorceress sundries.
Fine.
McFeeling? Oh, jeez. All right, you got me. You got me. I wasn't ready for the name. Speedy delivery coming through. Must inform the Grand Dukes of Nashkel Mine's liberation. They must be told iron supplies will return to normal once the trade routes are reliable once again. Speedy delivery coming through? Sure. McFeely, you son of a bitch.
Yes, fine.
Nicholas?
Here, stop a moment. I've got a word or two you need to hear.
You're a fun group of mercenaries, are you? Leastwise, that's the word on the street. That you do the odd job here and there. I have a boss who'd like a word with you, if you could spare the time. He don't ask for free, though. Here'd be 50 gold just to hear him out. Just to listen? It's a fair deal. Lead on. A wise choice of action. Now just follow me and I'll show you the way to the guild. If you're asked the password, when you're in the guild, just look for a man named Altos Ravenscar Threebold.
If you insist.
Hi, friend.
Hi, friend. You there, what are you doing in this place? Better get out of here, at least of course you know the password. Of course I know the password. That's right, pal. You can go in now. Thank you.
Very well.
I will definitely take that potion.
If you insist.
Oh my god, everybody just get the hell out of each other's way. Sweet Jesus, what's the matter with
I've
all of
done
you?
had enough of this.
Oh, that's right, you got darts.
It will be done.
Uh-huh.
I've done had enough of this.
Very well.
I think we have to get in good with the Thieves Guild before we can open up any of this stuff in front of him. This guy. This guy right
Fine.
here.
Welcome, my little friends. Please relax and keep your weapons at your sides.
I simply must apologize for the manner of my thieves. I suppose Thieves Guild must keep a measure of malice about it, but it does tend to put a cloud over introductions. I'm Alatos Threebold, though I thank you not to mention that too often. You're Thalic, of course. You're not surprised. There are very few people in Baldur's Gate I cannot name. You have been here only a few days and have already made quite a stir. Your interest is flattering. Your interest in me is flattering, though I question your intent. Oh, I don't intend to flatter, merely to assure you that you have been watched since you've entered the city. As for my intent, I do have a proposition for your group to consider. A small task, really, best suited to someone unknown here. I'm quite sure that the membership of the Thieves Guild would include several people capable of whatever you ask. Danger being of being recognized seems a minor concern if one is able to not be seen at all. So why do you need me? Shrewd, very shrewd. I do indeed have many fine individuals of exceptional skill, but a large number of them are vacationing at the garrison in this season. The guard have been exceptionally vigilant, what with the banditry on the roads, and to their credit, they've captured several of my best people. I'm sure that in the history of the guilds, we're the first to experience a shortage of thieves. What what exactly is it you would have me do, and what would be my reward for this service? How well can you afford how well can you afford to pay? It's quite a bit of intrigue, actually. A local wizard by the name of Chandelar makes his home in a moored Halruin skyship. It would appear that he has knowledge to reproduce these flying marvels and is currently organizing the sale of a receipt to the Grand Duchess Leah Janeth. He has drawn up a set of rituals and has procured an artifact fragment and an ancient statue vital to the spell that keeps the ships afloat. These he has divided amongst his daughters until the deal is to proceed. I've been contacted by a representative Hall Ruins of the Hall Ruins, and they have no wish to see scores of flying ships manufactured in every port. If you are to infiltrate the place of exchange, steal the ingredients, and return here with them, Simple, or you are to infiltrate the place of exchange, steal the ingredients, and return here with them. Simple enough. You would be well paid, enough to give you gold, enough to give you a enough gold to give you a backache, and if I am well pleased, mayhaps a magical weapon or two. Perhaps a little more, perhaps a little less. It entirely depends on your performance. All right, I accept the challenge. As it should be. Now that you've agreed, the tactiles of the guild are at your disposal. Feel free to make use of them, make your presence known to the other members. You have my permission, so they will be less likely to kill you on sight. I'd like to see that. As for your mission, you have a 10-day to complete it. Informants have told me that the Duchess intends to take possession of the components that 10th day, and the exchange will be hosted by Oberon at his estate. As I see it, you have several options. Directly persuade any of the involved parties to hand them over, or burgle them out from under their noses. Good luck.
I'm gone.
Bullets. And no one got upset.
Sure.
Let's
So
talk to.
I's a dagger's drawn with him, and he drops the swag and runs.
Here now, I know you. New sneaksman ye be. Though I cannot see no need. Halatos need to look at home for a job. Jesus Christ. This vernacular. Mayhaps we'll be testing your talent. For you, he wants us to do a job, which is what he's vomiting up here. I'm not even gonna try to read this crap. You just pause and read. These guys are. I'm starting to get annoyed with this. The way they have to just try to put this vernacular to paper. Okay. So this guy's got a few heists for us. A thief from my party is to meet Narlin Darkwalk by the Splurging Sturgeon Inn. The Splurging Sturgeon Inn. The rest of the party must wait outside. Oh yeah, okay, I remember that. So we have to go up there, and we're gonna do all that with Emmeline. Oops. We'll do all that with Emmeline, and
Sure.
we're gonna need to buy some. We're gonna need to buy some invisibility potions.
'Twill be the darkest day you never seen, before I don't have what you need.
Darts of Stunning. Hell yeah. Bailoff. You still have 120. That's good. Ah, composite short bows. Damn. Arrows of Dispelling. Oh, God, I wish I could steal from her. Sling of Unerring Accuracy +1. Danny Fox was one of the greatest heroes of the Hin, the small people known as halflings. From the concealment of forest arbors, he would attack rich caravans for a tithe, which he would then distribute among the local poor. The heroic robber finally met his end at the point of the guardsman's spear, but not before blah blah blah. Okay, so it's got a +2 THACO on it. God, I wish I could steal these. This is just a +1. It's upsetting that I can't steal from so many people. How do you not have potions of invisibility? I mean, this thing's only 500 gold, so we are going to buy it. Yeah, I find that weird that she doesn't have potions of invisibility. That's not bad. It's not great, but not bad. A buckler that gives you a permanent bless. Yeah. And let's give this to Viconia.
Sure.
Oh, thank you. Really? This is a permanent point to Dex. Character's too far away. What? Thalic?
Hmm.
Stay with the group. I'm going to put him up to 16 Dex. Take that. Oh man, that's so awesome. I totally did not remember that was there. And one.
I'm gone.
Oh my god. Woman. Alec, can you...
If you insist.
Boy, that one's locked. All right, let's get out of here.
Hmm. Very well.
Okay, we're a little past time. That's fine. So we picked up some... We picked up a couple of quests for stealing a bunch of stuff, so we'll probably do that in the next episode. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you have any comments, suggestions, or anything else, please let me know down below, and I hope to see you all in the next one.